I have a question. If you believe in God, then we all know space travel is a lie because of the firmament. That protects us. We can't leave and nothing can come in. No, stuff can come in. We can't leave it. No, you're right about that. But stuff can come in. There's windows and gates in the firmament. It's how God was able to flood the earth. He opened up all the gates and windows. But besides that, the sun and the moon and the stars they're all on our side of the firmament. They're not out here. They're on our side. So we could go to the moon. We could. We can't go here to this area, but telescopes would be able to see all of this. This is God's heavenly realm. But the firmament keeps us from being able to go out this far. Now, of course, the science says there is no firmament, but I often think the science would have done better if they didn't try to knock down everything in the Bible, because it makes them look so biased, okay? And again, where did the science start? With the Greek gods. Okay, it did. Much of where it started was there. I'm not saying all of it is bad, but this idea, if I don't. So anyway, I'm not going to go down that road. I think the science is literally what's been used to try to dispute the Bible. And yet there's been so many atheists there's been so much evidence for the Bible too. I don't mean the firmament, but that's why we can't know what goes on in Antarctica, right? There's that treaty with all the nations that none of them can ever talk about the things they do in Antarctica. All right, and people have said there's this ice wall there. Yeah, well, the firmament is something you can see through. If people remember, there was a story, I thought it was Moses, that he went up to, and it had to be, I don't know where, but him and some others went to have like dinner with God. They didn't see God, but they could see through the firmament. They could see the heavenly realm. This would be the heavenly realm. So every picture you look at, when they describe where the moon and the stars, this is what they show. And now this one doesn't show the gate, that there's gates and windows in heaven, but there is. Or to say the firmament, there's windows. See, like these little things right here. Those are the gates. There would have had to be anyway, because when God flooded everything. In ancient Hebrew worldview, the moon was situated on the earth side of the firmament, embedded within the dome that separated terrestrial and celestial realms. While this model is scientifically outdated, it reflects humanity's historical attempts to explain celestial phenomena. Ancient observers noted that the moon, sun, and stars moved across the sky at different speeds. To reconcile this with the idea of a fixed firmament, some interpretations suggest that celestial bodies moved along tracks or pathways on the firmament's surface. Yeah, see the floodgates, this. So it's all on this side. It's God that's on the other side, but the star, they can move through these gates. The moon's monthly cycle and the sun's daily path were explained as movements along these tracks. The moon's phases and visibility during the day, despite being a ruler of the night, were seen as part of its journey within the firmament. This placement aligns with descriptions of birds flying across the face of the firmament in Genesis 1:20, implying that the moon and other celestial bodies occupied the same spatial layer. And some modern science has tried to explain the firmament away by saying it's the atmosphere. I don't think so. Some translations suggest the firmament is an expanse or sky, and celestial bodies are within. This would mean the moon is on the earth's side of the firmament within the dome structure. Yeah. Also something, and this is ancient Hebrew, what they had to say about this. They viewed the sky as a vault resting on foundations, perhaps the mountains, with doors and windows that let in the rain. God dwelt above the sky, hidden in cloud and majesty. The world was viewed as a disk floating on the waters, secured or moored by pillars. The earth was the only known domain. The realm beyond it was considered unknowable. The underworld, which is Sheol, was a watery or dusty prison from which no one returned, regarded as a physical place beneath the earth. It could be reached only through death. And then this, like down here, talks about the realms of God, windows of heaven. So obviously with the story of Moses, he was up near the firmament, or wherever he was. I don't think it said that in the Bible. I forget the story, but it was interesting because they could see through it. Now, they didn't see God, but they saw the heavenly realm. So we would be able to see through the firmament into the space. But to say we've gone to space, they'd have to break through the firmament, and I think they want to. And the other thing is, I don't know what's with the flat earthers, because I don't know that it really matters. God says he uses, he talks about the circle of the earth, but you could look at it as still a globe. Part of it's in the water, in Sheol. But I don't know what the fascination with flat earth is, because I don't know if it really matters. But the firmament, although they can't get through it to go up into God's heavenly realm, which is, just like the tower, I think that's what science likes to do. I think that's whatever they do in Antarctica, or whatever Elon Musk is doing half the time. I think, who knows, he's trying to break through the firmament. Same type of character as when they were trying to build the Tower of Babel. No boundaries, like not respecting God's rules. It's rude, too. Everybody always trying to get to the heavenly realm. It's like, do you really think that God will be happy with you? Or do you even think he'll let you? I don't think so. Certainly not going to let you until he's good and ready. Yeah, that answers that question. I guess that's why they say there's a dark side of the moon, because I think it's because when you read it in scripture, it sounds like it's embedded in the firmament. But since it moves, and you could read that as being that it's definitely on our side of the firmament, but I don't think that means it's not in the firmament. It's just closest to it and moves along the track, as it says. So even though we can't access any of this stuff, the moon and the stars, they have gates to go in and out, but they stay on our side of the firmament. Because again, the firmament is the wall that the angels are watchers on the wall of. Yeah, so they go in and out because they can be in the heavenly realm. Or the science doesn't say, it calls all of it celestial bodies. Okay. Interestingly enough, Mars isn't mentioned in the Bible. Neither is any other planets, actually. It says here, the Bible does not specifically mention Mars or any other planets by name. However, some biblical interpretations and discussions suggest that the universe may contain other inhabitable worlds. No, it doesn't. God, something that big, God would have made sure we knew about that. He would have. But we were special to him. The science and technology always wants to spit all over God's children. You're no good. You're not smart enough. Our machines are smarter. Your God is wrong. Yeah, and I think that God's given them all a big smackdown because he's proven them wrong. So, we could go to the moon for sure, because it's on our side of the firmament.